this is the interview show. I'm your host, Kristen Jackson, and I'm here today with Andrea St. Martine. Hi, Andrea.
Hi,
how are you? It's good to see you again.
I know, it's been a couple of years
Been
now.
a while.
Yes,
It's been a while.
Thank you for having me back.
Oh, of course. You've been one of my favorite interview guests.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about your latest project, Hijab.
Hijab, man, it was such a gift to my life, my career. Eric gave me a call. He was like, I have a little project for you, and I've been writing this project and thought about you for the main role, and I was like, let's meet up. And we went from there,
I mean, this was a really, really heavy kind of role that you're portraying right now as Rania, with, you know, a name of such distinction, the Queen of Jordan.
Yes.
So how did you approach acting for this role?
You know, for every role, it's different. It's a different process. So I kind of like get a feel for what's coming to me in the moment. So of course I did my research, you know, on Islam and being a Muslim woman, and, you know, I heard all these women talk about how passionate they're about their religion and why they wear a hijab and all that stuff. And so I did my research on that, but at the same time, once research is done, you kind of have to go with like, okay, what am I receiving for me to portray this role, you know? And so that's how I approached it. And, you know, on rehearsals, I received different things. On set, I received different things. So I was always open to I guess to receiving and then to giving it up, you know?
Yeah. Well, how familiar are you with this character, like with being a Muslim of Spanish descent? Like, we see, you know, Muslim characters portrayed in the media, but not really in this particular, you know, subset. So how did you relate to this role?
You know, I wasn't familiar with being a Muslim at all, right?
Yeah.
But I do know, but I can relate about being strongly spiritual, and I can relate about having strong faith and having being very passionate about your beliefs, and I was able to connect those dots, because at the end of the day, as an actor, you have to be able to be like, okay, what can I give and what's the character giving me, and then uniting those two, you know, and then you can make truth of it, you know.
I like that. You can make truth.
Yeah, because that's why we're doing this, you know, giving truth of what real life's about. Like, we're putting real life into art, you know.
Right. And so that's the thing. Rania has a very strong, definitive voice and character, and I love that portrayal about this woman who's very determined. You know, she's going her own way. I mean, did you feel any parallels to this in your own personal life? And I mean, she's kind of like a personal hero, like a crusader in this role. Yeah. So, like, tell me about how that relates to you personally in the way that you walk in your life.
Well, you know, I think all of us as human beings, we go through struggles. We go through certain things of like, am I being heard? Am I being enough? Am I being, you know, liked? You know, and so, you know, as a Muslim woman, a lot of Muslim women suffer a lot because they've seen through a certain lens through society, you know. And
as I've been passive or quiet
as
and
not having a
submissive,
voice, or as like because they have a hijab, they're not going to do anything. They're just like maybe a housewife that she needs to be hidden. And it's like, no, a lot of like these women who wear hijabs are like lawyers. They're like, you know, they're professionals, you know, they have a strong voice. They're crazy smart, you know?
Right.
And you know, in my personal life, I've been putting this, I've felt, at least personally, because I'm Hispanic, because I have an accent, like I've been put into this lens, you know? So it's like, no.
Yeah.
I have a voice too. Let me tell you about my story. You know? It's like, no,
Right.
I'm pretty smart too. I have strength. Let me show you what I got. Like, we all have strengths, you know? We all have these things that we can bring into this world. And it's like, hear me out a second, you know?
And I mean, I can see that in this character. It feels like it's a uniting of many aspects of your identity, but then also of the roles that you've played before, because I was checking out your reel. And I see you have a very diverse portfolio.
Thank
so
you.
like, what was this unique? Was this unique to the characters that you've played? And, is this a role that is like a first time role for you? Is it different?
I think we all have like we're casting somewhat, right? I get casted a lot as like strong women roles. Don't know why. But every role is different, Every role teaches me something, and I learned something about each character. This one was definitely unique. When it came to the relationship with her father, and the like I had struggles with my own father when I told him I want to be an actor. My dad was like, "You crazy?"
Really?
Yes, very much so. I was able to relate on that area, but yeah, I think each character is different, and yeah.
So your dad, you mentioned that it was pretty difficult for him to come to terms with the fact that his daughter wants to be an actor. What was that all about? Because,
growing up in El Salvador, becoming an actor or having an acting career is not like a thing.
Right.
Or at least when I decided to, I think now people are being more open to it.
Right,
but,
and receptive.
When I decided, like, a few years ago, to be an actor.
You've only just started a few years ago? What?
Yeah.
I would never have guessed that. I thought this was like a lifelong pursuit.
I've always loved it, but I think I started pursuing it maybe like 8-10 years ago, around there. So when I first told him, like, it was not fun. He definitely was like, he thought at the beginning it was just gonna be like a
plaything, a side thing.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, she's going through a phase. Let's let her be for a few months. I'm not gonna talk to her because I'm upset about it." But
no.
But yeah. But you know what? No, it made me stronger. Like not having all that support, and I just went with like whatever I was feeling inside. I was like, "This is my truth. This is my happiness. This is what brings me joy. I feel like this is my calling." And I always. I'm proud of myself for that. Actually,
you should be.
I stuck with what my gut was and what I felt inside. It was really such a strong desire inside that I couldn't even deny
Ignore
it to myself.
It. Yeah.
So I was like, they'll love me anyways. I'm gonna keep going.
And they will. So, and how has he been receptive to you now?
Well, now
since he sees you on the big screen,
right? Now he's like, no, he's respected me for my perseverance on it, and he supports me now. He like reads all the articles about artists on the newspaper. He like calls me about it. Now it's like great. But yeah, so it's been a journey, for my family, for me. And we keep on going, that's what life's about, right?
Absolutely.
Keep on going on the journey.
And I can understand your dad's, concern, and especially too, again, female roles have been very limited for some time. And now we're in a very...
Especially for Latinas.
And just women of color actresses, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're in the time of Me Too, and this has been a very dynamic time for female roles and female characters and positions. Like, how have you been empowered by this movement or inspired in such a way?
It's been exciting. Like, I'm excited because there's more diversity on TV and film, and like it's like a thing now.
It's a thing,
right?
See brown
and
people.
It's like exactly. It's been like I've auditioned more than like 5 years ago. Like I've been like way busier than I've ever been. And I'm so grateful and excited about that. And I'm excited about what's coming because if we're doing this right now, it's like...
Only for the future.
Yeah, and it's not about the Me Too movement. It's just not about women empowerment and like, oh, man, suck. Like, no, it's about like, we're all amazing,
Absolutely.
Like let's all have a voice, let's all rise,
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. What was the biggest takeaway that you have from this role and work in this whole process working on Hijab?
There was this one scene that I had to do a speech. And
that was really a powerful, moving, just let me tell you. Very impassioned. Had me choked up.
To be honest with you, it wasn't even me on that moment. And I told that to Eric, to the director. After the take was done, I was like, guys, that wasn't me. I swear to God, that wasn't me. It almost felt like there was an overwhelming feeling of like all these things that were coming to me, these things that I was seeing, somebody else was speaking through me.
Your channel.
I was just being used, you know, and it was such a beautiful moment in my all acting experiences and career that I was like, oh, this is why I'm doing this, you know, because I need to like be a voice for somebody else. It's not even about me, you know, and it was so freaking great. Like, I just loved it so much, and I want that feeling for the rest of my career, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I love hearing that this role was empowering for you in that way, for sure.
So I was able to take that with me, and I'm like, oh, I want to use that all the time, forever, you know?
So what kind of character would you eventually like to portray?
You know, I want to do comedy too. I want to make people laugh, and I want to like be a light, you know, more on in my career. I want to do a lot of comedy, but like real comedy, not like sketchy, because for me it's like the truth always. But when you tell the truth and when you're honest about it, like
absolutely
laughter comes out, right? So yeah, just comedy and more strong roles for sure. I love strong women.
Of course.
I just do.
Because you are.
Maybe a little bit. But yeah.
Do you have any projects coming up for us that we can look around for?
Well, it's so funny. Like tomorrow I'm filming a little West Side Story. I'm going to be dancing on it. So I'll probably be putting that on my social media website and all of that. Yeah, I know some stuff are coming up, but can't really talk about it for now. But yeah, I know.
But we'll be catching up with you soon.
Things are happening, you know?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Andrea. I really appreciate chatting with you again.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I'm Kristen Jackson. Please keep your eye out for Andrea St. Martine. She's a rising star. Check out her in Los Angeles and join us for the next episode of The Interview Show.